What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the elite manager mode where we're taking Steven Gerrard to the top and trying to make him an elite manager in world football. So we started out at Cardiff City, we got them promoted. Then we won the FA Cup, which got the attention of Italian giants AC Milan. We were able to win the league pretty comfortably, I might say, and we were a penalty shootout loss away from the double and winning the Champions League. So that was a pretty tough pill to swallow, but at the same time, it's garnered us a fantastic email. Let's go check it right now. So as we can see here, we are one step closer to finishing this elite manager mode. We have got the job offer at Liverpool. So we're going to go ahead and accept, and Steven Gerrard is on his way back to his home club. There you can see it, Steven Gerrard being unveiled as the new manager of Liverpool FC. So the first thing we're going to do is take a look at the board objectives that Steven Gerrard's been given for his first season in charge of Liverpool. So the youth development is sign at least 2 players younger than 20. So that's good. So basically this doesn't even make it be youth players. We could find hopefully we can find some regens in the free agent to accomplish this goal. So that's good, even though it's just a low, I'm realizing now. Critical is brand exposure. Get a streak of 10 games without defeat in home matches this season. Not impossible, but even with the best team in the world, 10 in a row at home out defeat could be tough to do. And replace 3 players from the team. I'm not sure if that's just sign 3 players or sell 3 players, but hopefully we can do that because brand exposure is critical. Continental success, Europa League winners. That's interesting. I checked the other seasons right before moving. It said Liverpool finished 3rd, so I thought they'd be in Champions League. But okay, I mean, we want to win the Champions League with Liverpool. That's one of the main goals of this elite manager mode. But I guess Europa League will be a start. That's interesting. We'll see how that goes. Premier League win the title. Okay, that's the Premier League's the hardest league in the world to do that, but all right. Win the FA Cup, something we've already done with Steven Gerrard, and hopefully we can do that now with a better squad. All those 3 are critical, and just take a quick look. Financial is high, and it says finish the season with a profit margin of just £2.6 million. I think if we just sell somebody first before signing anybody, that should be accomplished. So, I mean, other than winning the Premier League, a lot of the board objectives here should be a slam dunk. So that's a good start for Steven Gerrard at Liverpool. Let's go check the team he'll be working with. So upon first glance here, this is an absolutely stacked team. It's we got Diaz, Nunez, and Rafinha as the front 3, which is, I think, fantastic. Musiala has come over from Bayern Munich, and he's 88 rated. We got Fabinho, who's still holding the fort down at 87, which is great. Tielemans, who's at 86. Oh, I just realized now, yeah, Jordan Henderson must have retired because I signed right before the new season started, and he was the captain still. So I guess Henderson's called it quits. So we'll just continue on now. Acuna, who I'm probably looking to replace right away. He's 33 years old, and for this team, I have an idea of where we're going to go, especially because of the build your brand in North America. So I have an idea who can be left back. Hint, hint, I'm also Canadian. We got Van Dijk, who is, how old is he? 33 now, but he's playing center back. And I think if we give him the game time, which he will get because he's easily our best rated center back, I think hopefully he'll stay around that 89 overall. Vandenberg is, I believe, the 2nd best center back on the team. So we'll look to find another center back at least for depth, or maybe even come right into the starting 11. And Trent Alexander-Arnold is now a 90 overall rated player. His defense has slipped in real life, but as FIFA has him here as a 90 overall, I probably won't be touching him. And then the spoils on the bench here of Camavinga on the bench, Carvalho on the bench, Jota on the bench, Dembele on the reserves. Gonzalez on reserve. One of these 2 are going to have to be sold for sure, just for making some money. Jones on the bench here. My boy, who's currently on loan at Bolton, Connor Bradley, is only a 72, but I'll definitely get him some game time in cups for sure, because I think he's phenomenal. And yeah, so there are tons of players that will look to move and get some extra cash to our budget, which is already great at, I think, 150 million pounds. So we'll have some room to grow for sure. But yeah, I'll try to make some money here with selling a couple of the guys on the reserves who will bring us a pretty penny, I think, and we'll look to add to our defensive ranks. Let's go check the youth squad and see if there's any stars in the making there. So there's only 2 guys in the youth academy, but they do have the high-end potential. We got Hassan Ali, who's from Cameroon, 15 years old. The overall only being 47 is not great. Maybe I can check to see what his stats are and move that around, but the potential of 68 to 92, so we'll see if that stays near the high end. And same thing with Ivan Iglesias from Paraguay, 16 years old, 52 overall, 70 to 94 potential. So we'll see. At least there's something to start with. When we got to AC Milan, it was the highest potential was like 70. So we just went ahead and released all of them. At least here there's some promising players. We'll see if they stick around. Taking a look at the calendar, we got the preseason friendly to play. Oh, pretty heavy German influence there. Two Bundesliga teams, and is that Athletic Bilbao, I believe? I think so. Yeah, Bilbao. And then starting the Premier League with Fulham, Brentford, and then a big one there at Manchester United, big rival for Liverpool. Going into a very winnable month, I think. That should be 9 points. Tough one against Chelsea away, so West Ham away as well, then Brentford at home. Sorry, not Brentford, at Bournemouth at home. And then Leicester, Leeds, Arsenal, Manchester City. Tough end of November, as Manchester City won the league last season and Arsenal finished second, according to the stats. I don't know what's happening because it says we're playing EUROPA, so maybe that's not true. But in any case, 2 tough tests there. And then a busy month of December before coming to the January transfer window. We'll go take a look at what we do for transfer moves, and then we'll jump back in to see what our Champions League group or Europa League group looks like. So the first signing is Rodrigo Borges from the free agent market, 20-year-old left back. It was the youngsters I targeted in the free agent market, so he is the first one we're bringing in. Hopefully that knocks off one of the... oh, it does. It even tells you up top. I hadn't realized that. Well, that's good. So one of the 2 is done, and let's try to complete the other one with another free agent signing. And the second signing is Euros Knezevic. He is a 19-year-old left mid, and excellent deal, of course, was free agent signing. And it completes the 2 players signed 20 years old or younger. And realistically, I'm probably going to look to get both these guys out on loan. But the first big signing that we're going to be bringing in this transfer window is Canadian superstar Alphonso Davies. Canada did not do so well in the World Cup, not being able to register a single point, but Alphonso Davies did get the country's first goal a couple of weeks back, and is a big signing for Liverpool. The next bit of business is getting in Tammy Abraham. We're gonna see one of the best players went out. Was recently sold because of an offer I just could not refuse, and he'll be replaced by Tammy Abraham, the big English striker. And the last bit of business for now is the huge signing of center back Matthias de Ligt from Bayern Munich. Basically, we're taking their left back and their center back from Bayern Munich, and it's really going to shore up the back line of Liverpool FC. So taking a look here at the transfers, we had our 2 free agent youngsters come in. They'll probably be sent out on loan, hopefully gain some experience and some overall points. You can see here Tammy Abraham costs us £60 million. I think that's a very good signing. He's 85 overall rated with great speed, great strength, and size. So I think he'll be leading the line for us. There's Matthias de Ligt we brought in for £106 million. And the 33-year-old left back Acuna plus £100 million for Alphonso Davies. Both those players are rated 89 overall. So the defense plus Allison in the keeper position are looking very, very, very solid. Some of the guys we sold, Yuri Tielemans has gone to Juventus for £85 million. We can basically do a straight swap in with Camavinga, who's on the bench. So I think that's a great deal for Liverpool. Luis Alberto, honestly, 32 years old, and I think over 81 overall rated, and with the depth in the midfield, he wasn't going to get much playing time. So 24 million pounds is a great pickup. Bulat, who was on less than a year contract remaining. We got Kevin Schade from Freiburg, who is like lightning, I believe, like when it comes to pace. So now a couple seasons in, I wouldn't be surprised if he's 99 sprint speed, 99 acceleration. We'll go check that when we check the team sheet in just a second. And here's the big one. Darwin Núñez went to Atletico Madrid for 140 million pounds. So he's 88 overall rated, yes, so that will hurt. But we do have Diego Jota, who's 88 as well, who can come in. He can play the striker position. He can play left wing. Jota will be the guy who is basically a utility man, but like a star utility man. So I think that's what made Darwin Núñez expendable. And he went to Atletico, so it's basically we got 80 million plus Abraham for Núñez. So I think that's gonna wrap up the transfer business for this summer window. So with all the transfers, this is what the team sheet is now looking like. Abraham's gonna start for now, see how that goes. Jota being 88 on the bench is crazy, but we still do have Dembele and Gonçalves, and I think that's one too many, and I think we can get a big chunk of money for one of the two. So we'll see. Honestly, it's whichever one comes first. Maybe lean towards Gonçalves going because he's got good technical ability, but so does everybody in this team, and Dembele has unbelievable pace. So I think I'll lean towards using Dembele more. In real life, you'd probably go Gonçalves over Dembele in their current form, but at the same time, FIFA loves their pace stats, so Dembele will be the guy we go with for now. So just a little bit more of some transfer news here before we check out our European group. Kinesevic went out on loan to Marseille. Gonçalves was sold to Juventus for just over 80 million pounds plus a sell-on fee of 5%. Clarkson was loaned out, and Belagizi was loaned out as well. So let's go take a look at the group now. So as it turns out, we are in fact in the Europa League. You can't see behind my face. Let me just move this for a second. The group is Fiorentina, Maritimo, and Shamrock Rovers. I will be extremely disappointed if we don't at least move forward. Probably we should be winning the group, but Fiorentina's not a bad team. But if we're not moving forward in this group, there are some serious problems. But we'll check in on those in the highlights. And yeah, so without further ado, let's jump into those highlights now. So the first game of this highlight package will take place at Anfield for Steven Gerrard's first game as manager of Liverpool. It would be against Brentford, and it would be Diego Jota who's going to be played in and score past Poveda to make it 1-0 Liverpool, and that would be enough to see the first win for Steven Gerrard at home in front of the Kop and Liverpool faithful. Next up for Liverpool would be a big test against Manchester United, one of the oldest rivalries in all of in world soccer. And again, it'd be Diaz who plays the ball across to Tammy Abraham, who gets his first in a Liverpool shirt, and again would be able to see out the 1-0 victory. Next up would be the first test in the Europa League as Fiorentina would visit Anfield. And it'd be a very similar story as Diego Jota would be played in behind the defense and scores a fantastic goal from just inside the area. And again, a third 1-0 win in a row for Liverpool. Switching back to the Premier League is another big test with Chelsea away at Stamford Bridge. Rafinha would play the ball into Diaz, who's behind the defense, and scores past Sek to make it 1-0 Liverpool. And then in the 38th minute, it'd be Camavinga who's played in and plays an unbelievable chipped goal over the keeper to make it 2-0 to seal this victory for Liverpool. Last game of the highlight package would see Liverpool against Manchester City from Anfield, and this one was all about Diego Jota as Diaz is behind the D again and plays it over to Jota to make it 1-0. In the 30th minute, it'd be Jota this time all by himself in and dekes around the goalie and scores to make it 2-0. And then very early into the second half, Rafinha squares the ball for Jota, who puts it by Ederson to complete his hat-trick and complete the 3-0 win for Liverpool, an absolutely massive result. So halfway through the Premier League season with Liverpool, we are currently in second place, just 1 point behind Manchester City. I mean, I guess we'll take it. It's we have 2 losses, they have 1, and that's honestly the difference right now. We lost to, I believe it was Arsenal and Tottenham were the 2 we've lost to. And yeah, I mean, we're right behind Manchester City. We're still very much in the thick of things in the Premier League. We'll go take a look at the Europa League, where, we'll check, hold on here. What am I doing? Wrong buttons. Group stage, here we go. Where we were the group winners. For the most part, I was playing almost a complete second team for most of these games, and that's probably why there's 2 draws there. But the shock is Fiorentina not going through, and Maritimo going through instead. But in any case, it looks like we have got, where are we in the next round? I keep pressing the wrong button. No, I guess, why do I not see us? Maybe that we're through. Oh, there's a bridge in between the Champions League and the second place team. That's right. Oh, so it was actually really important we finished first. I didn't even realize that. Well, we finished first and we're moving through. Let's go take a look at this, the stats, the halfway mark in the season. So leading the way for Liverpool. Well, actually, this here is pretty insane. Alisson has 14 clean sheets in 26 appearances, which is absolutely nuts. He has 10 clean sheets in the 20 Premier League games he's played, and he has 2 assists. Let's go. What a performance so far, Alisson. Leading the way in goals is Luis Diaz with 18 goal contributions, 11 goals, 7 assists. Camavinga, 8 goals. Abraham, 8 goals. Dembele, 7. Jota, 5. I feel that means I've scored every single one of them personally. So hopefully he can have a little step up in the second half in the Sims. And Alphonso Davies chipping in with 7 assists of his own. So very happy with that. And as he has more assists than Trent Alexander-Arnold. And it's crazy that Alisson has more assists than a lot of the players on the team. But all in all, it's been a very good first half of the season. Now let's go check the Youth Academy. So we've been able to find some pretty good players here, and one of them is this guy right here, Arlo Jenkins, 17 years old, center attacking midfielder. I made the change there for him, but look at that potential, 87 to 93, and we currently don't have a center attacking mid coming off the bench to replace Musiala in cup games. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and give Jenkins the promotion to the senior team for one of our Youth Academy prospects. He is not the only one by far. If we look here, we have Daniel Bolton, another cam. We have Ezra Hale, 80 to 90. And, well, we can go ahead and Iglesias will release. And Ali will release. Fisher, that's too low of an overall for what we want to do right now. And we'll leave these 3, let them fight over who the last, we'll go change position. And 70 overall, Lewis Jones was, maybe I was a bit quick in promoting, but for now, we'll leave these 3 in the Youth Academy, and we've been able to turn the Youth Academy around, so that's a good thing. So that is where we're going to leave it on this episode. Steven Gerrard has returned to Liverpool to take them to Europa League glory, as well as Premier League glory. So if you haven't already, please leave a like on this video. It helps out a lot. Subscribe to the channel, that helps out as well. Leave a comment down below of where you think I can upgrade. I know it's a question we ask quite a bit, and now it's a bit harder because this Liverpool team is looking fantastic at the moment. But as always, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode coming soon.